Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanasari Jamuna Tira Vanasari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Pimanandi. Jayam Vishupad Paramahamsa Pri Vradika Chatya Stotra Satya Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Hira Bhai Charan Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Skandi Biti Founder Acharyas Divine Grace Sri Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Samavata Bhakta Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Dainita Gaur Pimanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and to Sri Gauranga, all glories to Sri Prabhupada Ki. That Dave, maybe you can find one cloth, ask the pujaris. This should be cleaned up nicely. Om Agyanatmirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Taksuranmiritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Parakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kansana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Saiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, let us first offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Nara, Narayan Rishi, the supremest human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva. Nasta Prayasa Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamasloke Bhaktira Bhavati Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering a service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahmasamitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Sakara Bhagavan Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swasayanam Mahat. The Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantara, as the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, the Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Sarabhyai Namaha. Om Sarabhyai Namaha. Om Sarabhyai Namaha. Mukam karoti vasalam pangum langayate girim Yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our morning Srimad Bhagavatam discourse. We are continuing. We just started in our second canto, chapter 1, which is entitled The First Step in God Realization. And we're reading text number 2 today. Srotavyadini Rajendra Nrinam Santi Sahasrasaha Apashyatam Atma Tattvam Griheshu Griha Medhinam Srotavyadini Rajendra Nrinam Santi Sahasrasaha Apashyatam Atmatattvam Griheshu Grihamedhinam Srotavyadini Rajendra Nrinam Santi Sahasrasaha Apashyatam Atmatattvam Griheshu Grihamedhinam Srotavyadini Rajendra Nrinam Santi Sahasrasaha Apashyatam Atmatattvam Griheshu Grihamedhinam
Shrotavyadini Rajendra Mulam Santi Sahasrasaha Apashyatam Atmatattvam Griheshu Gruhamedhinam Shrotayadini Rajendra Nam Santi Sahasrasaha Apashyatam Atma Tattvam गृहेषु गृहमेधिनं श्रोतव्याधिराजेन्द्रं
नृणां सन्ति सहस्रशः
नृणां शान्ति सहस्रशः
अपास्यताम् आत्मतत्त्वम्
अपश्यताम् आत्मतत्त्वं
गृहेषु गृहमेधिनां
गृहेषु गृहमेधिनाम्
श्रुताव्याधिनि राजेन्द्र
श्रोतव्याधिराजेन्द्रं
निनां शान्ति सहस्रशः अपाशताम् आत्मतत्त्वम्
अपश्यताम् आत्मतत्त्वं
गृहेषु गृहामेधिनाम्
गृहेषु गृहमेधिनाम्
Srotavya Adini.
श्रोतव्य आदिनि
Subject matters for hearing.
matter for hearing.
Rajendra,
राजेन्द्र
O Emperor,
O Emperor
Nrinam,
नृणां
of human society,
human society
Santi,
शान्ति
there are
there are
Sahasrashaha,
सहस्रशः
hundreds and thousands,
hundreds of thousands
Apashyatam,
Pasyatam
of the blind,
of the blind
Atmatattvam,
Atmatattva
knowledge of self,
knowledge of self
the ultimate truth,
of the ultimate truth
Griheshu,
Grishu
at home,
at home
Grihamedhinam,
Ramedinam
of persons too materially engrossed.
for personal to material engrossed.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Those persons who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, have many subject matters for hearing in human society, O Emperor. Kindly repeat after me. Those persons who are materially engrossed,
Those persons who are materially engrossed,
being blind to the knowledge
being blind for the knowledge
of ultimate truth,
of ultimate truth,
have many subject matters
have many subject matters
for hearing
for hearing
in human society,
in human society.
O Emperor.
O Emperor,
Purport. In the revealed scriptures, there are two nomenclatures for the householder's life. Nomenclatures means two names, yeah, two identities. One is Grihastha and the other is Grihamedhi. The Grihasthas are those who live together with wife and children, but live transcendentally for realizing the ultimate truth. The Grihamedis, however, are those who live only for the benefit of the family members, extended or centralized, and thus are envious of others. The word medhi indicates jealousy of others. The Grihamedis, being interested in family affairs only, are certainly envious of others. Therefore, one Grihamedi is not on good terms with another Grihamedi. And in the extended form, one community, society, or nation is not on good terms with another counterpart of selfish interest. In the age of Kali, all the householders are jealous of one another because they are blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth. They have many subject matters for hearing: political, scientific, social, economic, and so on. But due to a poor fund of knowledge, they set aside the question of the ultimate miseries of life, namely miseries of birth, death, old age, and disease. Factually, the human life is meant for making an ultimate solution to birth, death, old age, and disease. But the Grihamedis, being illusioned by the material nature, forget everything about self-realization. The ultimate solution to the problems of life is to go back home, back to Godhead. And thus, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita 8:16, the miseries of material existence, birth, death, old age, and disease are removed. The process of going back home, back to Godhead, is to hear about the Supreme Lord and His name, form, attributes, pastimes, paraphernalia, and variegatedness. Foolish people do not know this. They want to hear something about the name, form, etc. of everything temporary, and they do not know how to utilize this propensity of hearing for the ultimate good. Misguided as they are, they also create some false literatures about the name, form, attributes, etc. of the ultimate truth. One should not therefore become a Grihamedi simply to exist for envying others. One should become a real householder in terms of the scriptural injunctions. Translation again. Those persons who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, have many subject matters for hearing in human society, O Emperor. So Shukadeva Goswami beginning to speak to Parikshit Maharaj on the subject matter especially of hearing, but what is actually beneficial for hearing. So the whole purport is about Atmatattvam, Atmatattva. Atmatattva refers to the knowledge of the self as well as to the knowledge of the super self. Knowledge of the self, the jiva, individual living entity, and knowledge of the supreme self means Atma and Paramatma. Actually, Tattva, the subject matter of Tattva means what is the truth or what is reality, is meant to be the main subject matter, actually for all living entities who are fortunate to have attained the human form of life, because it is only in the human form of life that we can even begin to speak on the subject matter of tattva. Human form of life, we are reminded again and again, is very rarely achieved, and the primary purpose is to actually, as mentioned in the first aphorism of Vedanta Sutra, Tato Brahma Jigyasa. Now that we have attained this human form of life, we should be serious to inquire about the subject matter of Tattva. Tattva means what is actually for our ultimate benefit, what is for our ultimate benefit, and what is the ultimate benefit of society. And therefore, Shastra makes a difference, as nicely elaborated here by Srila Prabhupada in the purport, between, in English we don't have so many words. Householder. Householder can mean either Grihastha or Griyamedi. As Prabhupada mentions, vast majority of householders in modern day society, they are falling in the category of Griyamedhi. And interesting how Prabhupada equates or identifies the word medhi to jealousy. Because when we are self-centered, and we have the mood and mentality of Ishvara Bhava, I am the master and the controller, then obviously we don't like anyone else to be claiming that position of mastership, and therefore there's immediate enviousness if somebody has more than I have or a bigger position. Prabhupada was in Japan dealing with Nippon, publishing company, big company, very prestigious. And, Prabhupada was a businessman before taking fully, completely to spiritual life. I mean, he was fully spiritual. He was in a meeting with all of the big guns, all the big directors of the company. And in Japan, they have, Japan is a very ancient culture, like India, like China also. So they have tradition of very respectful when they meet each other. Even in the train station, I was observing, they'll exchange their cards, and they'll take like 15 minutes bowing down and being very. So at the end of this meeting, Prabhupada had made a great deal. They had agreed to print his books with just a very small down payment, I think, $5,000 something. And so they had all taken out their cards, ID cards, visiting cards, whatever you call it. And then there was the most junior of them all was picking up the cards. And then he had his card also, and he put his card proper. He put his card on the top, means that one day I will be the director. So there is that very fierce competition. There has to be competition. That's why when Krishna is not in the center, Medhi actually means, Prabhupada in another place explains Medhi as nowadays we don't see it so much. I guess when you go to traditional villages, it's still there. After harvesting, I don't know, maybe you do it in Kamivan, there is a stick, and the bullocks, they walk around and they crush, isn't it? Take out the paddy, the rice, right? They do that?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So Prabhupada explains, Medhi is that stick. Stick means the center in family life is sex life. So people I mean, not only in householder life, especially in householder life, Gৃহমেধি life, the main attraction is that people are just going around and simply attracted with basically sense gratification. And the whole world is attracted by kama, by lust, isn't it? Kama isha, krodha isha. If our lust, if our need for attraction, which is generally on the material platform, if we are devoid of Atma Tattva, then by nature we have to be attracted. By nature we are attracted. Not that we have to be, by nature we are. That's a quality, innate quality of all the jiva, of all living entities. We are attracted. That's his, just like prakriti. What is the nature of prakriti? Prakriti means to be dependent. There's material prakriti, there's spiritual, para prakriti means the jiva, and apara prakriti means material nature. So by nature, the jiva has to be attracted. So if we don't know about Krishna, we'll be attracted to what is not Krishna. We'll be attracted to Maya, because Maya is very attractive. Maya is, we are living in the kingdom of Maya. Material world is Maya's kingdom. And therefore, if we are not attracted, if we don't develop, in the beginning, we don't have attraction actually for Krishna. Um, but at some point, we have to develop. That's one of the processes. What is it? There is nista, ruchi. Ruchi means attraction. Taste. Taste, then after comes attachment. Isn't it? That's all nicely described. It means if we need to come, we should come to that level of attraction to Krishna, to something connected with Krishna. And of course, everything in connection with Krishna is as good as Krishna also, isn't it? We're hearing the Bhagavatam. We're, well, for most of us, it's much easier to be attracted like to prasadam. Everyone has a natural attraction for prasadam. But so that attraction that attraction needs to be in relation with this, what is called Atma Tattva. Prabhupada explained the whole purpose and the reason why he has established this International Society for Krishna Consciousness is to provide, isn't it, opportunities for developing that attraction by being engaged in so many different ways in Krishna's service, Krishna's activities. And so, yeah, here it's delineated also. We should be attracted to the name, to the form, to the attributes, to the activities. Prabhupada mentions also paraphernalia, variegatedness. Somehow or other, all of us, of course, we're all different. In one sense, we're all the same. We're all jiva, but we're all jivas having a unique journey, a unique path, and also each jiva has a different, constitutionally has a different rasa, and that's a whole major subject matter as well, that rasa actually is connected with attraction, isn't it? Like people will ask, well, when they're serving food, what's your favorite food? Some people are more into sweets. Some people are more into salty things, and like this, there's variety. So um, that's why it's like um, this taste, this attraction will naturally, gradually develop and evolve as we maintain, keep a regular association uh, with um, with devotees or with certain activities. That that transformation will gradually develop, is meant to actually develop if um, if we apply nicely the process. So Prabhupada is again reminding us, it's again and again being uh, elaborated upon in uh, the various cantos of the Bhagavatam. Um, and in the second paragraph, Prabhupada mentions how the process of going back home, back to Godhead, is to hear. That is, that's why if we lose our taste for hearing, uh, if we lose our taste for attending Bhagavatam class, if we lose our taste for hearing about these subject matters which are meant to evoke and awaken within us what is uh, our actual identity. Uh, Again, subject matters dealing with Atma, then we will be prone, we will tend to develop hearing for something else. Um, and of all of the uh, activities, then hearing is actually the most, it's listed as the first one, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, by this proper application of hearing, and then also speaking, or in our case, speaking means preaching, uh, sharing. By these two activities especially, then our Vishnu Smaranam, remembrance of Vishnu, or remembrance of what is our primary goal and objective in life, will be there. Yes. So we can, of course, understand how Parishit Maharaj is falling in the category of actual Grihastha, uh, who is eager to hear from uh, from Ashukadev Goswami. Yeah.
Parikshit Maharaj asked questions, what should one hear, and so on. Here the answer started, what should not hear. One, one, one who is not interested for spiritual hearing. So why the speaker start with this negative information and then speaks about the positive answers? What is the psychology behind that?
Well, whenever there is a to do, there's a not to do also.
Yeah, but why he start with the not to do and then the?
Well, he's dealing with both of them.
Hmm?
He's dealing with both subjects now.
I know, but why he start with not to do?
um, yes.
I think if the speaker says negative first, it will make the listener a little bit more provoked to. If he's doing it, he won't do. So it'll just force him that much.
Mm.
That's what a teacher does.
Yeah. Did you hear that? A little bit.
Because there is no second mic.
Mic is on the way. Is it? Yeah, we ordered the mic actually. By hearing the negative, one will be more attentive.
Attentive, and also if he's doing the don't use, then he'll stop doing this.
And if he's doing that what he's not supposed to do, he'll be doing it. He'll stop doing it. He'll stop doing it.
It's like appreciating the audience. Sometimes, the leaders, they give a pep talk, like, why you are special. You are different from others because others are, they are not up to the standard, something of that fashion.
There could be different reasons. I'm not sure if it's mm, brought up or discussed as such. We know how we can explore a few things. We know how those the foremost quality of Vaishnava is that he is very caring, very compassionate for those who are lost and totally submerged in materialistic way of life and are therefore completely devoid of Atma Tattva and are suffering. So that's that's one way of introducing the subject matter, which is especially in terms of hearing. Of course, Prabhupada in the purport uh, explains the positive side. That means that he deals with both actually. Prabhupada deals with how unfortunate are those who are not actually hearing about proper subject matters in terms of Atma Tattva, who are simply engrossed in material activities. And then he gives a positive also. How fortunate are those who are actually who are grihasthas and who are hearing subject matters relating to the form, pastimes, etc. of Krishna. So, I mean, I like Prabhupada sometimes will begin a lecture and start explaining how deplorable, how unfortunate are those who are devoid of Krishna consciousness. So there may be a purpose as such, or there may not be also.
Many time all classes proper start with explaining how the materialistic thinking, very materialistic life is really destroying the person, and then he speaks about the opposite, the spiritual type of behavior.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that the choice is up to the speaker. Generally, if one speaks on the negative things, he'll also mention and come up with the solution or the positive. If we speak about a problem, generally we want to convey what is the how to solve that problem. And then if we speak about maybe on the positive side, and glorify and explain the benefits of being a devotee, then we will uh, also tend to mention that unfortunately those who are not practicing, and then their lives is full of suffering and etc. like that. Yeah.
It also reminded me that towards the end of the last chapter of the first canto, one of the questions that Parikshit Maharaj asked, that what one should not do, right? So that was a specific question Parikshit Maharaj asked, what one should not be doing. The other thing is that in the material world, because we are conditioned, the tendency is to be under the influence of the modes of nature and do things which we are not supposed to do. Uh, that needs to be explicitly called out, what one should not do, because that's generally not obvious. So if we just talk about positive things, even all of us have this experience. Whoever is our dependents, we are giving them instructions. As a father, I'm instructing the child. I have to explicitly call out. If I just say do this, do this, do this, but if I don't call out the 10 things or 20 things that he should not do, it's not very obvious to the student unless those dangers are called out. So yeah, that's also something we have all experienced.
Yeah, both are needed. Of course, his question is why he begins with this one. I think it's the prerogative of the speaker.
Last in, first out.
I think maybe because the other type of Vedic scriptures doesn't use this obviously. They speak so many other things, karma kanda or dhyana kanda or any other topics. But the Bhagavatam is a pure Purana, pure scripture, which only speaks about the ultimate goal and how to approach it. So it should make a difference between the other scriptures. So it shows the character of the Bhagavatam, like it's really only speaking about Sanatana Dharma, not any other Dharma, because it's continuing that give up all other dharmas. So it does not speak about any other dharmas. Maybe it's Vedic. How to increase the family life could be in Vedic ways. How to get different wealth and auspicious things is Vedic, but Bhagavatam deals not with that, and he's very much at the very first moment he's clear he will not deal with that.
Right.
Also, maybe it's Vedic, but only we deal with this pure path.
Yeah.
I think that's the strategy. It's similar than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first closed the door and allowed it only who is pure to chant
Associates.
together. He could allow others because they are maybe interested for Harinam Sankirtan, they were,
Right.
but not on the pure motivation. So he was closing the door.
Right.
This is like a closing the door. If anyone wants to sit here in the Bhagavatam, should be clear that this is not like a general newspaper to give so many informations and spiritual informations too, but it's only. If he's not interested, okay.
Right. Yeah.
That's my second thought.
Yeah.
So the first verse was a positive tone. So we are looking at the second verse. The first verse, so he did not begin with negative in that sense. The first verse is emphasizing that the questions, because they relate to the personality of Godhead, they're beneficial to the whole society. So he does start with a positive note, like very first verse. And then the second verse is
That is true. Yeah.
Because later, Shukadeva will speak more about what not to do. So it's not like here just finish this topic, but start with, I think it's
that is there also an active instruction, no?
Yeah, very first one.
Oh,
Mahatma Manasakal.
yeah. But I mean, Srila Rupa Goswami, as you rightly pointed out, we have to call out both the positive and the negative. I mean, that's there in the Bhagavad Gita also. We were quoting that just I think yesterday. Pravriti, pravritim cha nivritim cha, jalana vidura sura. There's pravriti marga and nivriti marga. What we can do, what we should do, what we should not do, and therefore it's important to know the difference between both of them, and therefore both have to be spelled out, so to speak.
Also, Maharaj, as you were saying, that as soon as you say something positive, the negative is the other side of the coin. Krishna also says the same thing. Ichha dvesa samuthena. As soon as you say something is desirable, that means
Something
the
is not
opposite will
desirable.
happen.
Yeah, correct. Well, I mean, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is nicely, it's like uh, defining, clarifying the major difference between someone who is a grihamedi and grihastha. The major difference being that someone who's on the bodily platform or identifying with one's family members will naturally become envious of others, and therefore there will be this animosity which we see within family members also. We see both. Prabhupada uses nice expression here, extended, and what's the other word he used? Centralized. Uh, those who live only for the benefit of family members, either extended or centralized. Centralized means our own family, and extended means other maybe relatives or in one's village, isn't it? Or in one's district, one's state, or one's nation, or whatever like that. Yeah, extended. Uh, yes. Any other thoughts on this question?
Prabhupada talks about the envious among the Gruhamedis.
He talks about the enviousness in the
Gruhamedis.
Grammy. Yeah.
Any how to get rid of that envious nature?
Yes. How to get rid of that envious nature?
Yes.
Yes. Well, first point is that enviousness is not only with householders. I mean, enviousness is the disease condition of all those who are not pure devotees, or all those who are devoid of knowledge of Krishna, isn't it? And in the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks about this also to Arjuna. That in the very first verse, actually, of the 9th chapter, I'm speaking this knowledge to you, Arjuna, because you're not envious. So the question, how to get rid of that enviousness, whether we are householders or not? Well, it's given in the purport, and we could say in is given also in the verse in terms of those who are hearing the wrong things, those who are engaged in hearing subject matters. So in other words, the positive, or how to resolve, how to do away with this tendency of enviousness, is by by the process of hearing and connecting and associating with those who are on the path, those who are developing, in other words, Atma Tattva, the subject matter of Atma Tattva, uh, especially by association, um, foremost association in terms of hearing. Um, those verses are also mentioned. Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtana Ridanta Stoya Badrani. So Abhadra's enviousness is Abhadra also, unwanted. Um, means gradually, by so many different activities, including book distribution, uh, uh, all kinds of preaching activities help the living entity become gradually more and more purified. By the process of purification, we become less envious. Because we understand uh, our actual position of being uh, humble servants, humble servants of Krishna, and humble servants of Krishna's devotees as well. Uh, so, what is the opposite? We have dictionaries. They have synonyms and antonyms. What is the opposite of enviousness?
Non-envious.
Huh?
Non-envious.
No.
Sanskrit used that anasya.
Appreciative.
No, there must be a word, no? What is
Very
the...
difficult to find. I'm serious.
Huh?
I tried to find. Very difficult to find.
Let's see.
Antonym, right? Synonym is the same. Antonym means the opposite.
Yeah, very difficult to find. Exact opposite.
Okay, I mean, Gornitai already did research and he had difficulty finding.
Yeah, I know. I'm happy to hear that.
Generous. One word is generous.
Generous, is it?
Yeah.
And
Generous.
Appreciation,
Appreciative.
contentment,
content.
being happy with what you have, benevolence,
Again?
being happy with what you have and rejoicing in others' happiness.
To be happy with what we have
Yeah. Then you
and not
reject.
envy.
Yeah, and rejoicing in others' happiness.
If you have jealousy, then envy automatically comes.
It means the Sanskrit. Okay, what would be the Sanskrit? The English is a little difficult. I mean, Sanskrit is difficult if we don't know Sanskrit, but Sanskrit has probably more. I would say that the opposite of enviousness is atmaram. If one is satisfied, self-satisfied, we are envious when we think we're missing something, isn't it? But when we have Krishna, when we are happy in our devotional service, and then we don't, no need to be envious. I have everything. If I have 100, or let's say 1 lakh rupees, I won't hanker for 10 rupees. I already have it. Isn't it? Now, I might hanker for 2 lakhs.
We don't need that.
So, yeah. We are envious because we falsely think we need something to make us happy, isn't it? This guy has this nice car. I don't have it. So, how can I? Uh,
Toy car or real car?
hmm?
Toy car or real car?
For you, it's toy car. So, yeah. Uh, so the idea is that when we have Krishna, Krishna means when we have uh, devotional service, devotional activities, when we actually understand, because um, that's described, isn't it, in the very beginning of Nectar Devotion, that when we take up the process of pure devotional service, then we become immediately fully happy. It brings immediate satisfaction, isn't it? And when we're satisfied, then we have no reason to hanker. People hanker because they don't have something. I want this. I don't because I don't have it.
But they see in the spiritual lines, some people have success, some people don't have.
Some people have.
In spiritual lines, Guru Maharaj, when you do service, when devotees do many services,
Yeah,
some people have success, some people don't have success.
success.
Success. In sense,
From an external perspective.
external perspective, people envy when there is other people are
Properly situated.
Oh, you mean like if devotees see another devotee who is successful,
Yes.
seemingly? Yeah. Well, that's why Krishna is explaining we should not be attached to the results of our activities. We should be attached to sincerely and endeavoring. I mean, the Prabhupada was explaining one time how, to the common people, we're a small movement. I mean, especially at that time when the movement was just, maybe 10 temples were there at that time. So, but Prabhupada was telling that, compared, because at that time also there were so many other swamis or whatnot, and incarnations also preaching, and they had many followers, a lot more than ours, because they didn't have any restriction. You didn't have to follow the 4 rules and regulations to become. So Prabhupada was telling that we may externally not be so successful, uh, but that is not how we, measure our actual success. Our actual success is our endeavor in practicing Krishna consciousness and preaching. So yeah, externally we cannot judge simply by the externals. Yeah.
But if you have some success, it means Krishna blessed him more.
Huh?
If some devotee has success, is it like you have to understand Krishna blessed him more? Like Krishna settlement.
Not necessarily.
I think
When Prabhupada, for example, uh, he started his League of Devotees, which was externally not successful, but um, we cannot judge simply on the so-called material results. Uh, yeah,
you wanted to say something, so you go first.
yeah.
I was giving some classes about this envy topic. It's part of Bana selection classes also.
The topic of enviousness.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, big topic actually.
Yes, a very big topic. And I used to show students how to practically get rid of envy.
How to?
Get rid of envy.
Get rid of envy.
Envy, yes.
That was his question.
Yes.
That's
Envy is normally is a spiritual desire from the soul. You have all this desire to get more rasa, even in spiritual level. And now the problem here in material level is because of ahankara. So we think we are with the body. So how this envy come? Anytime we have higher impression, someone do something that we never do, or something more different. So the mind get impression, and then when the mind get that impression, we want to get that impression also, because it's higher rasa. Everyone want to get higher rasa. This is the quality of one of the quality of the mind.
Mm.
The mind need greater impression, always greater impression. So from that we can easily be manipulated. So when this desire pop out, every time when you see your friend, anybody, anyone doing something higher, something you would never do, so that desire pop out. Oh, I want this also. It may be me. So how to get rid? You should have this humility to approach that person and maybe ask from him how you also can get this thing, or make the manual process if you really need that. If you really want that, you approach the person, ask for mercy from him. He should tell you how to do, and he can put some condition. So if you don't do that, we go as our side. We started doing the same thing at our side. That manifests the envy. It's what we are doing with Krishna also. So you have to control everybody. Krishna said, "I'm the control of everyone." So we start something outside and we want to control everybody. So first you go to the person, ask for mercy. This is the process, like Guru Tattva, directly Guru Tattva. This is why Guru Tattva becomes a very prominent principle in spiritual teaching.
So, if I understand correctly, he's explaining the aspect of uh, uh, approaching an individual to maybe learn from that person how possibly, if somebody, like there's one devotee, what's his name, who's distributing huge amount of books in America?
Yeah,
Not
Mahotsa.
Mahotsa,
Mahotsa.
yes. So if somebody would like, which is a good desire actually. I mean, in the spiritual context, well, I'd like to distribute that many books. It's a good example actually for Sridham Prabhu, because he's into book distribution. Then yes, one can approach him and try to get, uh, you know, his if he has any secrets or any particular way that he's doing that, then get his blessings, I guess, in the form of whatever good instruction he might be giving, and then we can try it out. Yeah, yeah.
Um, I want to answer another question that he raised, and then I had one more
Okay.
comment. So Kogli was asking that why is it that some devotees are successful from an external perspective, like they're in a task. In that regard, I remember an anecdote where Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was sitting and on his desk there was a birth chart, and he was an astrologer before he took fully to preaching. And then he asked whose birth chart is it? It was one of his very leading sannyasi disciples. So he read it, and he said, yeah, your stars are exceptional, you'll be extremely erudite scholar. And he said many other good things, and said, but you'll never be successful in preaching. So I think the point is that, each of us is unique, and we have our own prarabdha. And the prarabdha sets the boundaries of what we are able to do. But whatever our prarabdha is, we have to use those skills in serving Krishna in our unique way, right? So, there's a element of what is like destiny and what is within our limits. We have to serve Krishna within our limits, which will be very different for.
We have to learn and know and understand and accept
Yes,
what
exactly.
we can do, whatever.
And each of this is glorious, just like a squirrel who was just pushing some
Yeah.
small pieces of sand.
Right.
It's the intention that matters, and that also helps us not to over endeavor something that is not within our realm, our capacity. Then we should not try to serve Krishna in that way. We have our own unique abilities, and we should serve Krishna in that fashion.
Right.
And
Okay. And the
the
other?
other comment
Yeah.
Maharaj was that in regard to Griha Medi,
Mm.
so whatever adjectives which are used for Krishna, even if they're apparently negative, it has a positive meaning. So there is a beautiful verse in the third canto, third chapter, which is titled Lord's Pastimes Outside of Vrindavan. So it's describing Krishna's pastime in Dwarka. And this verse says, Tasyevam Ramanasya Samvatsara Ganan Bahu Griha Medesu Yogesu Viragaha Samajayate. So this verse is saying that Lord was engaged in household life for many, many years
Amazing.
as a Griha Medi. But at last his detachment for ephemeral sex life was fully manifested. So here the verse is calling Krishna as a Griha Medi. But Krishna being Griha Medi is good because that is his association with devotees in Madhurya Rasa, and he is very fully focused and reciprocating. And so that is transcendental as opposed to the conditioned soul being Griha Medi. So I thought it was
Okay.
relevant and very contrast.
Okay, interesting. So only Krishna can
Can
be
be a
a
real
real,
Medi.
true Agrihamedi. Yes, I think your hand is up.
I have a question.
Ah,
So, like, according to Guruji said that you go to the person and then ask some guidance.
yes.
Some people and also go with a back mind too.
Huh?
I'm like thinking of like to get that thing and ask for him. Like, can you give me some recommendation how to get it, and then have and be envious in the behind.
This is just superficially they are being humble, but they are really envious. That's the point he's trying to.
One may approach somebody with the wrong mentality.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, yes. But he did mention the word humble. But one may or may not be
Really
humble.
inside, not simply outside.
Yeah. The inside should match with the outside.
Yes. There should not be any difference.
Correct, correct. Yes, yes. Okay. Yes. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki. Gaur Pimanandi.
You go to ask from the Guru. Krishna gave you the secret.
Yes.